Hiya, ModernMiss here, and welcome to Let's Play The Sims 4 Top Model Part 3. Now, it's been a wee while since the last part, I guess just because it can take some time to make the runways, edit the footage together and whatnot, but I'll try make the upcoming parts come out a bit faster than the time between this and the last part. So, we're just here at the penthouse, and the models are all having some breakfast together. In the last part, Lena won, I guess, best photo for the challenge, and then that night Alyssa announced the winner of the runway walk part of it, and that is Maria. So the two of them did a photo shoot for that clothing brand, and then these billboards were kind of printed here. So there's one on the outside, and then down in the kind of pool room there's another one. Actually, looking at these now, I probably should have had them dress in different clothes for each one, but that's okay for the next one. So yeah, and also I did a mall build for the fashion district to put in place of where the old karaoke used to be. Yeah, I just think it kind of suits the area a bit more. So I also had one of those posters of Lena and Maria here as well, and I imagine this clothing store down here probably would have some of that clothing from that brand. It's kind of annoying how these mannequins, you can't see the clothing on them unless you're at the actual lot, but it's okay. I've been having to re-record this episode a few times because I keep getting the blue screen of death, so excuse me if there's some like random transitions happening. I guess I'll try and make it work the best I can. Oh, Alyssa, she is not being nice to Ella. Ugh. So Ella, she actually had one of her friends kind of enter her in this model competition without her knowing, because her friend thought it would help her gain some confidence, because Ella is quite, I guess, gloomy is one of her traits, so she's quite down a lot of the time, so her friend thought this might kind of help her out a bit. Where's Alyssa gone to? I don't know. She's happy after being mean to Ella. So let's have Alyssa call her daughter Sapphire to come over. Because Sapphire is a painter and a photographer, so she can kind of help out with taking some photos of the models. Alyssa's down in her apartment. I think I'll have to kind of redo some of this, I think, because pink was her old colour. Like, I don't know why I seem to associate colours with characters, but now she kind of dresses in bold reds and blacks. So it would be nice to kind of make this red and the couches red, so I might just do that up a bit soon. One other thing to mention, go say hi to Sapphire. Oh, why is that the front door? That's kind of weird, but I don't know where else it would be. Maybe that one. One thing to mention is Sapphire is Alyssa's daughter, but they are both young adults, because Alyssa is actually an adult by age, but she drank the potion of youth, so that's how she kind of is a young adult, but in reality she is older than Sapphire. Just thought I'd make that clear, because otherwise it's kind of weird. So yeah, her family tree is, I think I showed this last episode, I can't remember because it was so long ago. She is married to her husband Sean, and they have two daughters, Rose, who is also in the competition, and then Sapphire, who is the eldest of the two. And Alyssa gets along with Sapphire a lot more. Compared to Rose, things can be quite tense, I guess, because Alyssa puts more pressure onto Rose, and I guess Rose feels like she has to live up to expectations a lot more. But these two are at school, which is good because poor performance. I think because we've been skipping school to do some of these modelling things, which isn't good. So we'll have them do some homework later. But yeah, I think tonight we will have them walk the runway and have some headshots taken at the end, just so Alyssa can have kind of a photo of each of the models to put in her study area or whatever, just because that would be neat. Did she just get something from the kitchen upstairs and then bring it back into her apartment? I'm not sure. And where did Sapphire go? The other models should introduce themselves to her, because she can probably offer some tips about how to pose. Oh, she's up here having a chat with Alla. It'd be cool, I think, to have like a rooftop party up here and then have a DJ play. Like, I moved the DJ down to where the catwalk is, but that would be cool. I think I tried it once, but it was lagging too much, but maybe I could give it another go. So I think Ella's just really asking for some tips on how to pose for the runway, because she probably needs the most help out of all the models. I think she's trying, but she finds it quite difficult, so any extra advice she would probably like very much. I think Sapphire, she kind of looks quite a lot like Alyssa, but not as much as Rose. Rose looks almost identical, I think. Okay, so it's nearly nighttime here at the penthouse, and Alyssa has just had everybody change into simple kind of black and white clothing that they brought with them, and now her and Sapphire just kind of describing to everyone what's going to happen. I don't know why she's doing the pull rope like that, but she's going to kind of demonstrate to the models how to do the walk, like how's a good way to do it, and then they're going to give it a go. Now, I posted this little video here on its own with just music over it if you want to see that, but I thought I'd just talk a bit over it for this part. So I guess Alyssa's showing them how she thinks it should be done, and now each model is going to walk the runway and then pose at the end to have their headshot taken. So first up is Megan. I think I keep saying Maria, but I get her and Maria's name confused. But this is Megan. She's doing quite well in the competition so far. She's actually married to Alyssa's nephew, and she has one daughter who we might see a bit later on. Next up is Penny. Penny has already done some modelling, as you saw in the first episode, and she's got quite a few campaigns going around the city, so I think that's why Rose doesn't like her very much, because she's already doing quite well as a model. That DJ, don't look at the DJ too closely, I think they have like 5 outfit changes. But this is Finn next up. Finn has quite a confident walk. I think she started doing some modelling from quite a young age because her mother was also a model, so she was quite interested in fashion and stuff. Alla, she's a bit awkward still with her poses, and she looks sad there. Yeah, I think she needs quite a bit of work on her poses and whatnot. But next we've got Maria. She's probably one of the strongest contestants so far, I'd say. She knows how to walk the runway quite well, and she has quite a lot of good poses. But she also can be quite a party girl, so I think she has to watch out that she's not going to party too much while she's in this competition. At the back of the runway here, there's just like a little bar and clothes and stuff for them to get changed into, and it looks like Penny and Rose are having a bit of a disagreement. Here now we've got Lena. She is Alyssa's niece, and I guess Sapphire, who's taking the photo, that's her cousin. She is a teenager like Rose and currently in school, so they're kind of having to watch to keep their studies up when I think Penny's just over Rose completely. She thinks she's pretty childish and just not very nice. And how Rose is acting all innocent, like I've done nothing, but I think Alyssa knows something's up. They can probably hear from over here like the drama going on behind the catwalk. Yeah, I think Sapphire is quite impressed with her shot there at the end, but Alyssa sure is not. So I think overall Alyssa liked how it went, apart from how Rose was behaving. So I think now she's just kind of telling her, you know, that wasn't acceptable. I heard about what happened backstage with you and Penny, and yeah, that's just not cool. Maybe go check in with Penny and see how she's doing as well. Hug. How do I do that? I'll just say that she's asking about Rose to her. Rose does not like the lecture whatsoever. Let's see what Rose's relationships are like. Oh, it's quite low with Alyssa. Just friends. She doesn't seem to like Ella either. Lena, her cousin, is probably her best friend within the house, and Penny is despised. I'm sure Penny doesn't like her much either. Yeah, no. So maybe have a chat to Penny, Alyssa, and just say to the two of them, okay, you guys are going to come back to my house uptown and we're going to figure this mess out between you two, because this just can't go on. Okay, so we're here at Alyssa's house uptown, or more like penthouse. She originally lived in, I believe, is it this building? The apartment that has the 3 floors, but just before the show started or filming started, she moved to this place uptown. This was the Stargazer Lounge, but she bought it out and built a penthouse because she thought it was the place that probably had the best views in all of uptown, and it does have some pretty nice views at that. So yeah, I think only Rose was a bit annoyed because before she had a bedroom at the old apartment, and now this is only a 1-bedroom apartment, so she doesn't have anywhere really to live once the filming for Top Model has finished, so she's probably a bit annoyed at that. I guess just to ignore this kind of household here. These 3 are just visiting, but it's kind of easier to control if they're here in the household. And that's Sean, Alyssa's husband. Why doesn't he finish cooking so the 3 of them can sit down? And Penny's already gone to bed. She's had enough of this. Maybe just go wake her up so we can have dinner together and sort out this feud between her and Rose. Okay, so they're just about all sitting down. I guess I'll just give a quick overview of this lot, which I haven't done. Over here we've got kind of a nice little seating area, which has got some awesome views. And then just some pictures around, so Alyssa's daughters, Rose and Sapphire, and then some modelling shots from when Alyssa was a teenager. Down here is just like the living area and kitchen, using a lot of the vampire pack furniture and flooring, which I thought looked kind of cool. Down below we've got the gym and of course a movie theatre, because who doesn't have a movie theatre at their penthouse? Just an outdoor swimming area with this kind of bridge that goes over the top, which is kind of cool. And then, should I just turn the lights on for a second? Here is Alyssa's and Sean's bedroom, and below that's Alyssa's study. So here we've got kind of all the headshots of the models, and I use these ribbons to represent that, like, she had won best runway walk and best photo. Maybe it's a bit silly to use these kitty ribbons for that, but I don't know how else to represent it. I guess it's okay for now though. Our little DJ area out here. And yeah, so that's Alyssa's penthouse uptown. And of course she has to have her modeling shots on gigantic billboards on top of it, so everyone in uptown knows who she is, basically. Okay, so how's this dinner going? Oh, is it over already? I don't think they even talked, so that's kind of awkward. And I'm sure like Rose and Penny don't want to sleep next to each other because they hate each other so much. So I think that was an unsuccessful dinner. Nothing happened. But anyway, I think I'll leave this part here. I've got some ideas for upcoming runway shows. I've built some lots which I think can be used for some upcoming episodes. But yes, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next part.